Hey everyone, EG Braden CM here, and today I'm going to be showing you a recap, this is what Halo Wars 2 beta is. Now, the beta was extended to the 22nd of June. It started on Monday. It was announced during the Microsoft E3 conference or presentation. Now, the game won't launch actually till February of next year. However, the beta was released, and to summarize everything I noticed in this beta, it is very much so a beta. This is not a marketing beta. This is not a it's pretty much done beta. This is still a very rough game. I encountered numerous issues just trying to get to the game, from things including the app not loading, app crashing at the start menu wouldn't respond, tutorial video frozen, tutorial video wouldn't respond to button presses, game menu frozen, game menu didn't take any input from buttons, matchmaking refusing to connect, I couldn't connect to party leader error when trying to play solo, not even with somebody. Matchmaking menu wouldn't respond. It's very obvious this is still rough. Now, as you can see by the gameplay, it's still realistically like Halo Wars 1, the very first one. The menu layout, the controls are very similar. One that's not listed that a lot of people complained about was actually having to move your cursor across the menu, which all you have to do is just hit the left bumper as you move. You press and hold that, and you can pan a lot quicker. Now, the gameplay itself is very similar. I guess that's all I can say. They did increase some units, which I've used. I've really enjoyed. The base layout's the same. Rally waypoints. I played at both the Captain Cutter and the Brute Chieftain. Those are the only two characters available during the beta. They both have their own quirks. Cutter, obviously, you will notice later on that for the heroes, normally in the original game, you got 3 Spartans. You could then hijack different vehicles or aircrafts, and however, this one, you're only allowed 1 so far, 1 Spartan in the beta, which changes up gameplay a little bit. You are able to garrison buildings still, your basic RTS like. Now for the controllers, I know there is the huge debate of keyboard versus controller for console. Now, this game should support keyboard and mouse for all those users, because it is part of the Play It Anywhere program with Microsoft, which allows you, so if I buy this game digitally from the Xbox Store, I'll be able to play it on my Xbox One and also on a Windows 10 computer, which is what my computer is. It's a Windows 10 computer. Now, with that said, we don't have any other games to go off of how well that is. They do say that anyone playing on it will be able to play against each other, which would be phenomenal entry into the cross-platform realm that it's always been kind of rumored, or this magical place that no company really has done properly so far. I think this game would probably be one of the better ones to kind of work out the kinks. It'll be popular, but it's not going to be the blockbuster that some games will be like. If Fallout 4 was like that, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of momentum behind it, and if it fails, it'll fail pretty hard. Now, these points, you have commander points here. Now, as the Brute Chieftain, it's critical to use the leftmost columns before. Makes it a little bit quicker, and items are cheaper as well. So if you are going to be expanding quickly, this is definitely the way you need to do it. Overall, the gameplay mechanics itself, it's very beta-like. I've noticed some things I can't even see. Before they did a patch on Wednesday, I was Captain Cutter, and with the Mac Blast, you couldn't see anything. All you saw were your units being destroyed. Same thing with the cleansing beam there. I've tried to use it. I can use it, but you don't actually see the beam earlier in the week. Before Wednesday, you would just move your cursor and it would just go slowly around. They've since then kind of adjusted that a little bit. Things that I wish I could do More co-op related commands. Yeah, you can transfer energy, you can transfer resources between them, you can highlight on your map zones of interest, but it would be nice to develop more than simply just, okay, well, here are your resources. Like in the original game, I believe you could pass command of your units to your teammate. That is not here right now. Obviously, this is the beta, and it's still a work in progress. This is earlier on there was a domination mode, which it worked kind of like a battlefield ticket system. So you had to capture points, and it would eat away at the other team's tickets. Once that hit 0, you won. Now this game mode is what more people enjoy, Deathmatch. So basically this is you're against all their units. Your objective is to wipe them out. These games can go on for 20 minutes, or I read somebody was in a 2-hour long game. So there is a wide variety of possibilities. You can cheese somebody. By cheese, I mean, if you're going to rush them gosshogs, or you're going to rush them banshees, or you're going to rush them something that it's not taking advantage of, but it usually meets an easy win, and it's fairly quick to do. I've played StarCraft. I'm not very good on it online, but you get those kind of gameplays pretty frequently. You can expand. There's no limit to number of bases. As long as there's a base to be had, you can have it. I'm still not 100% sure the importance of capturing those energy locations that you can see. I noticed a little bit of an increase for energy, more so as you collected more of them. I'm not sure if it's a tiered system. 1, you get certain, 2, you get a little bit more than double, 3, etc., and it builds upon that. Usually I just use them more of a lookout position than anything related to energy itself. This is your hero station. Within that building, obviously, has your other upgrades. And here you can actually see an attack. So those flying units are one of the heavily armed air units that they're new for Halo Wars 2. They're actually pretty powerful. Same with that vehicle there. As you can tell, mechanics are very similar. You can assign groupings of them to hotkeys based on your D-pad. Here you can see the cleansing beam, and you can actually see the cleansing beam. Veterancy, they do have built-in cutters. One of Cutter's perks for his commander points is units increase the rate of which they earn veterancy, which can be hugely important. That's an invulnerable commander power, which basically makes those units invulnerable for a short amount of time. It is short, but that's a huge one. It does cost 1,500 resources, so it's fairly expensive. There are adequate support units built in to revive, to cloak units, even with the early on to captains that the heroes you're able to use. Overall, my impressions of the beta are it's a good step. It shows us what mechanics are at play. It's still very rough. The menu system, the online, the voice chat, co-opness needs greater development, but they do have pretty much six to 8 months to keep working on things. I will be picking up this game, that's for sure, and I hope everyone else does too. If you guys have any other impressions of Halo Wars 2, the beta, please leave them in the comments below, and thanks for watching.